Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Thank you, Evan. Today's guest is Jimmy Yamada, owner of A-1 Electrician, Inc. A-1 has been a family business since 1957. Please welcome to Greater Good Radio, Jimmy Yamada. Welcome to our show, Jimmy.
Thank you.
So could you tell us a little bit about A-1 Electrician?
We're an electrical contracting firm. We do business across the state. We do about $40 million, and we have about 150 total employees. We do all kinds of work.
And family business then, so you are running it primarily on your own, or you have brother, sister doing it with you, or how does this work?
Actually, I have a large family contingent. Probably, I have my wife, my mother, my sister, my brother, and a lot of relatives working for the firm.
How do you guys manage that then? You know, making sure that you have a family relationship and then work relationship.
I think it's important that each person has their own responsibility area, so that we don't trample on each other, and that's pretty clear. So even though I work with my wife, I rarely see her. We never hug and kiss during the workday. So
the company started in 1957. Who started the company?
My father, what I'll call Jimmy Yamada Sr.
Okay, and then you went right into it? This is something you knew you wanted to do?
No, I knew I was never going to be in my father's business. So I worked for every summer. I was required to work from probably about 13, 14, and I worked for about 10 years.
Okay, and at that time, you could say he was somewhat training you, although in your mindset you said, I'm not going to do it. And when did you decide this is something that you want to take over and do?
After I went away to Hughes Aircraft to work for a season, then something hit me, and I called my dad one day and I says, hey, Dad, he never asked me to join the business. He never pressured me. I called him one day and I says, hey, Dad, I want to come back and work. So he said, okay, when you want to do that?
And what did you tell him? When?
Well, I forgot.
Like the next week kind, or?
No. I mean, it was like, probably in a month or two or something, when I had to clean up my stuff and take care of my business.
So what was it? Was it homesickness? You just decided you wanted to work in a family business? What made that switch?
I think one of the crucial things that allowed me to recognize that I could handle, there's a great pressure on a son, the eldest son especially, to thrive and prosper the business. And that's pretty big pressure. And I never felt I could handle it because I was working out in the field every summer in the hot sun. But my last 2 years, he brought me into the office and I did estimating. And then because I was majoring in electrical engineering, and it kind of came together. So even though I went away, it was like, I can do this. So
you still actually were going into electrical engineering. You just didn't want to work with the family business initially.
Yes.
And you were in college when you had this idea that you wanted to work with the family?
No, I was required to work in college all through. So after I graduated, then when I went away to work, then I came back.
Was it that you were working in the field when you were in college at the same time, and it finally hit you that why work for somebody else when you can build this with your father?
No, I think it was more the practical revelation that I can do this. I think I can do this. And so, although there was the yearning to get out on your own and get away from the family and go and prove that you can do something, but so it just hit me one day.
So that brings us to this kind of localism type subject that we go in this show quite a bit. local people, for some reason, local culture, you don't want to show off, you don't want to toot your own horn, and sometimes it becomes almost like an inferiority complex. But when people go away, they realize, wow, I got skills, I have talent, I can compete. And a lot of times it takes them to go away and do that. Is that kind of something that happened to you?
I think that was part of it, but I think maybe the greater thing was, okay, I had my fill. So I been there, done that, went away. Okay, now I'm ready. I don't know. I've never analyzed that. So
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.